Hey Rich, I just started straight razor shaving and I'm getting some irritation. What could be the problem? Let's talk about it on Safety Cat Studios YouTube channel. Welcome back for today's shave, which is brought to us by, once again, the Spike stick. We'll be using today a Feather SSAC or Artist Club SS razor, and we're answering a question from a viewer. Rich, I just started and have done a couple of straight shaves. I'm getting a lot of irritation. What can be the problem? Well, one of the first things you want to have is you need to have a safety cat. It takes care of things. If you don't, then there's some what we'll call fundamentals to get started with first, and we'll kind of go by the numbers. First thing you want is good lather. If your lather's thin, with not enough product in there, it's not going to give you enough slip, and that can be a problem. And that would be, one of the low-hanging easy fruits to start with. So get yourself all lathered up. I like to turn my collar in because it gets it out of the way. Now I'm getting ready to go to the Ohio Shavers meetup in Columbus, Ohio. Now I'm looking forward to a good time with that. That'll be in about an hour. We'll be leaving. Next big thing is the razor itself. Now, important thing to have, and it sounds kind of picky, but your razor's got to be pretty darn sharp in order for it to glide through and not be pulling on the whiskers as it's going through. So make sure your razor is good and sharp, strop it, make sure it's all smooth. When you're starting out, these removable blade type razors, Artist Club is one. Oh, dang it. I've got a clone of one. This is a clone of Kai. These are very inexpensive. They're real good because you're sure the blade is factory sharp. It's usually as sharp as a DE blade, but it's in these things. Now, these also have an advantage for a starter. It's not exactly a total hollow ground straight, so you have a little bit of room to play with to get your fundamentals in. The next fundamental, after the very sharp blade, is your angle. Now, a lot of people will say, lay the blade flat on there and then it's kind of come out about 30 degrees. And you that's a good way to kind of start, but just kind of go by feel until you can feel the blade sliding through and not pulling. See, if a blade's starting to pull for me, that tells me that the razor's not ready for prime time. I can soldier through because I've been doing a lot of shaves, but starting out, have your backup at hand, ready to go, so that if you start to feel a little bit of irritation, switch out right away. Now, there's all kinds of irritation you can get. Pull on your hair and getting razor bumps, or you can get razor burn, which is more generalized irritation. And these are all kind of things that can be fixed with technique or with your gear a little bit. Your pressure is another fundamental. You let the razor do the work. You have a very light touch on your skin and just let it glide across, and it should be severing the whiskers pretty much on its own, just by kind of dragging it across. You shouldn't have to push any. Don't do that because That's a sure way to get a grievous injury. Some of the more sensitive parts are fidgety bits. Smooth little strokes. Just knock off the whiskers and just let the razor pull them off. And just let the razor do the work for you. At the same time, you do want to be, so it's got a lot of things you're thinking about. You want to keep your angle consistent. You don't want to be flopping around here. So keep your wrist locked and keep your angle good. Use your forearm, just kind of use that. That kind of is a bigger muscle, and you're less likely to irritate your skin. And be careful, make sure that your razor's moving this way and not this way. This way is bad, this way is good. And maybe an overlooked fundamental, I guess. I don't know if it's a fundamental, but what some people think about irritations, your skin's kind of got to get used to being shaved with the open blade. And sometimes, it's just because the straight is so much more efficient and kind of a violent way to pull the whiskers off. Skin is being kind of tender. It wants to. It can feel that irritation. So, give it time, but also feel out the angles that work for you with the blade you got. In other words, this 30-degree business is a good place to start. But find the angle that because every razor is just a little bit different. So find the angle that works with that razor. And you'll be able to sail right through it. Take your time. And just smoothly go through it. Kind of like that. There are a number of other, I just have been doing it a lot, but there are people who studied these things, and a very dear friend, Barber Dave, he's got a YouTube channel. He's an actual barber, and he shaves people for a living. He also has an actual tutorial series on straight razor shaving, which can be helpful. So to seek him out, I'll try to find it, I'll find it. I'll try to put a link in the description, and I hope that can be helpful. Another thing about your irritation, something might sting a little bit, but get your alum block, and does two things. First, it'll sting or buzz a little bit when you come across areas where you might have irritated your skin, but it also kills all the bacteria and stuff, so that it'll prevent ingrown hairs and zittage that comes up. Even at my age, I'm 64, I still get them sometimes. A little bit of that on there, that'll help. And then marinate yourself again. It's all about the sauces. Now that you kind of hit yourself with the alum, that also seals up if you cut yourself a little bit, the alum will kind of close that up. Hit yourself up with a little bit of witch hazel. That's also soothes the skin a little bit. Helps calm any irritation down. And then the aftershave, It was an alcohol-based thing. It's also designed to help. Spike is a very good aftershave, and then it helps. It's very healing. It has stuff in there. I can't read German, but it's got some healing stuff in there. It's good for irritated skin. When I had a sunburn, it's good to, when you're shaving with the sunburn, it kind of helps cool it down and save it a little bit. And all these things together, it's kind of a shotgun approach, trying to find where your irritation is coming from. But any one or all of these will probably help you get a better shave. And I hope that for you. Check back often. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And leave a like, subscribe if you're so inclined. I'm Major Rich. You can find me at theshavingcadre.com. You might be finding on my Safety Cat Studios YouTube channel or safetycatstudios.com. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.